Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Sphere Exclusives. Looking for exclusive content from your favorite podcasts here at the Sphere? Head over to sphere.tv/Patreon and sign up today. Lady Ari Natural Hair Care. Lady Ari Natural Hair Care has been a prime destination for catering to naturally kinky hair in Houston, Texas. Give the experts a call today at area code 832-265-3792 or book online at ladyari.com.
Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
Cheers, and welcome to Intermission. I'm your host, Jarvis. It's Ziggy Newsome. You can find me on Instagram at Ziggy the Lionhearted, and with me is the ever so effervescent Early.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you for tuning back in this week. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Elise Main. Hit me up, follow Intermission's Instagram page as well. Subscribe to this page as well. Follow us on all platforms because we're awesome and we give you what you want about movies and TV.
Yes,
we do what we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And as you can see from my attire, it's
Interesting.
Awards Day. It's Awards Day. We're talking about the Oscars.
We'll discuss it. We'll discuss the awards. We'll discuss the the highs and lows of the Oscars and
a lot of highs. It's only really one big low. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how have you been doing though since the last time we sat together and chopped it up?
Fan-fucking-tastic. That's how
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
All right. This weather has been atrocious.
I love it.
Yeah, but it's hard to maneuver and people don't drive properly. And
when it's raining like this is
just
when we
awesome.
give you out. If you're on Patreon, you know we give you movie list. This is the perfect movie list weather.
I guess.
Especially with the coming weekend, we got a whole bunch of rain.
I'm on vacation from Friday, so I want the rain to stop.
I want the rain because, Saturday's supposed to all come in and temperature drops. So
it's going to get cold again.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
So donate, get on Patreon, and see some of the movie lists we've already suggested. It's going to be some more by the time this weekend hits.
And I'll also put on there some exclusive content on books and movies that are brought into... I know, right? Books that were made into movies and stuff like that.
Yes. So, yeah, like I said.
Hey, Clinton, welcome for tuning in with us.
Konnichiwa.
And everyone else who's tuned in, thank you. So let's just dive in.
Let's start off with the positive part.
Positive. Let's keep it positive.
All right. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse won Best Animated Feature.
So you want to start with that?
That was one of the
I'm going to start with, it's about the fucking time Regina King was acknowledged for her work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I agree.
I feel this award, they do it every year. It's almost like that you have to give it to them, right? Like it's that kind of like you can't deny she's never done anything bad. All of her work, everything she's been in, has been memorable. You can't say she's done anything bad.
I'm laughing at Monique right now. I'm sorry, y'all.
Monique was hot. So I think that was a major plus.
She's always deserved. She's deserved it a long time ago. So.
But what I don't like is, it was full of color. The Oscars this year,
yes,
full of color, and like I've said before, they're gonna give you a little bit. They'll give you second and third. They're not gonna give you top notch. They'll give you second and third.
Well, we've had top notch.
But
Moonlight did it.
My issue with when we do win those top awards is the content of why we're winning.
Yeah.
When it comes to with Beale Street Can Talk, to me that should have won
Best Picture
because
it wasn't even nominated.
It was only nominated for what? Just her award and
No.
screenplay?
Screenplay, I think a couple others.
But
it only
when you have a
won.
movie that has the content of what that brought to the screen, brought to the masses, and didn't have someone coming to say it was some real life stuff, they're not going to give it to you.
No, it's not.
Everything that wins that includes people of color has that, like you always say, that white savior moment.
Yeah.
That's the only way. The Help, when she won for The Help, you had a white savior because she wrote the book and, you know, that kind of thing. All these movies are based on that one white character saving everyone.
Saving them, or who learns to no longer be racist.
Right.
So, I mean, it's one of those things I've always had an issue with.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and take care of the elephant in the room.
Okay, that's the elephant in the room.
Green Book won Best Picture.
It should not have won Best Picture.
It should not have. One, brilliantly acted by both actors.
Listen,
But the story itself is flawed.
when you have the real life person that you're playing mad about the movie, when you have the man's family mad about the movie,
like, it makes no sense. All right, if y'all
saying
didn't
there
know-
was some fabrication, all that stuff is, you can't give it that type of.
like I said, if y'all don't know, Green Book won, which won a couple of awards.
Yeah.
Well, a few. Mahershala became the second African American to have multiple Oscars now. Denzel's the first. Mahershala's the second. It won Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yes,
Yeah. No, Best Original.
it shouldn't have won that.
Adapted one, Spike Lee was Spike Lee.
And let's give him his props. Spike Lee, well overdue.
Yes. And,
Well
and his
overdue.
celebration was phenomenal.
This is my issue, though. Let's celebrate what needs to be celebrated. Let's celebrate Regina. Let's celebrate Spike. Let's celebrate the costume design and all. You know, those people of color that won. But now we're making it, when he was asked about Green Book winning, just play it cool. Because now you're tainting everyone else. And now you're taking away from, because now we're not talking about Regina King. All we're talking about now after the Oscars is why Green Book won. And we're not celebrating what should be celebrated.
Well, it's going to be a controversy because the nomination itself was controversial. And it has so much controversy behind it. Like I said, the director said he didn't know about the family, which didn't make no sense.
Didn't make any sense at all.
And then the writer, who was the son of Viggo Mortensen's character, said when he talked to Dr. Shirley, he said, "Don't tell anyone," and all that. And I was like, that didn't strike you as odd?
Right.
Just like, you know, he was like, "Oh, the black community he said the black community turned its back on him." And the family was like, "No, he was there with Dr. King and Selma, and he was there quite a bit with the black community, with Duke Ellington and all that." So, like, a lot of stuff didn't add up.
Right. Nothing was adding up.
So,
There was too much behind the movie.
Right.
But even if you didn't have that behind the movie, it was not Best Picture.
it wasn't.
Because honestly, if you look at the body of work nominated,
Roma should have won.
Roma should have won.
But I knew they weren't going to give it to Roma because Roma won Best Foreign Picture.
True.
Once it won Best Foreign Picture, there was no way it was going to win Best Picture.
And Roma was on Netflix.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing right there. 'Cause you have Steven Spielberg, who's like, he doesn't believe anything that's not on the big screen should be nominated for any big award. Maybe Golden Globe, but Oscar, they shouldn't be nominated.
And I'm like, I got an issue with that because, one, Steven Spielberg, you ruined one of my favorite books. One that you're going to talk about in the Patreon exclusive if y'all donate. But he ruined it.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the essence of it, but he completely changed the book.
You think it was ruined?
I think he keeps the air of it.
I still think it was good, though.
It was good. He keeps the air of it. We're talking about Ready Player One. He keeps the air of the book, but he lightened it so much.
Yeah.
Ready Player One has true consequences in it. Nothing like the movie that you saw. Read the book. It's a fun book to read. I would tell you.
Stop talking about it. I'm going to talk about it later on.
Well, I'm giving you an intro.
Give me an intro.
I'm just speaking personally for me.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree
About
with you.
page 60, the book takes off. I normally remember where a book takes off.
Golly, really?
Yeah.
You remember that?
It's around page 60 where that book takes off. So we'll talk about that in the
yes.
Patreon once you donate money.
And on our Facebook Live, we have people chiming in, and Clinton saying, not shaming Mr. Ali, but he won 2 awards for playing a homosexual man.
Right. And a couple people brought that up to my attention, and I was like, well, no, he didn't. No, he wasn't homosexual in one of them. He wasn't homosexual
in Moonlight. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I breezed through Moonlight.
And I've never watched Moonlight. I refuse to watch Moonlight.
In the song again?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I know he played the dad. I didn't know.
I just refused to. Because that year they had some great body of work, and they were praising that movie so much. And I'm like, you're praising for this subject when there's so much more we can talk about when it comes to it. And I'm not against lifestyle, but I'm just saying when it comes to
I'm not either.
Who we are as people, and then as our black men, show them in a better light. Why is it that you'll highlight this but not highlight something else? That's my problem with it.
Well,
that's my issue. You highlight all these, or you highlight the person who comes and save us.
Yeah. So even now, it's like I missed him being gay in Moonlight. I knew the son was the boy that grows up through it.
Something was gay.
Yeah. The story is about the boy who grows up, and I know he's gay.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize Mahershala.
But overall, though, the Oscars.
I mean, I hate to say that they favor a certain situation.
Absolutely.
Because I'll never forget this. And this was when my mom stopped watching. Was The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Oh, excellent movie.
Brad Pitt should have won Best Actor. He lost to Sean Penn for playing Milk.
Yep.
And my mom said, "Nah, I'm good."
And that's probably why it's hard to go against these biopics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you already know they're going to be already on the front runner.
Right.
And I'm not saying Sean Penn did an awesome job in Milk.
He did.
But what Brad Pitt did
in Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I'm like, that's a movie.
He hasn't got acknowledged at all and he has a very good body of work.
We talked about that.
Very good body of work.
He was one of the main. That might be one of the next marathons, and that's gonna be a hard one for me to pick. 6 movies of Brad Pitt. Because he has so many.
I can give you 6.
But 6 out of all the ones.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna feel
6 must-sees, yeah.
I'm gonna leave something out. But before I continue on, this portion of the show is sponsored by the Sphere Exclusive Team. Looking for exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else? Look no further than our Sphere exclusives found only on Patreon. We've got behind-the-scenes shots happening daily at the Sphere Podcast Studios. Each show on the podcast network curates episodes that are only delivered to Patreon subscribers. Plus, we deliver the show live from start to finish in our Discord server that's exclusive to our Patreon family. Sign up today at www.thesphere.tv/Patreon to join our $2, $5, or $8 Patreon tier and get access to all of the exclusive content we offer here at the Sphere.
There's a lot of actors that they need their due.
It's a lot.
They need their due.
But like I said, I'm glad Mahershala, and I follow him on IG, and he says, thank you all, because he's actually the subject of something we're going to talk about later in the show, which is True Detective Season 3.
Yeah, he's a very humble man.
And he's taking a break now.
He needs to, like I said, man, they will oversaturate. Because think about it, now he's in Alita Battle.
He had Green
Angel.
Book, Alita Battle, Angel, all three very different roles.
It's a lot.
And honestly, out of all 3 roles,
it's a lot.
True Detective.
It's a lot.
Hands down.
It's a lot. And it's time to use some other great talent that they have in Hollywood that we've seen do great work.
Yeah.
And let him take a break, space out your work.
There are certain actors I want to get more acknowledgement. I want Aldous Hodge to step up a little bit. I always thought he was a good actor.
Yeah.
He has one of those strong looks about him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that would be a good.
We have some really great actors and actresses
that's
right now in Hollywood.
Always been under the radar. So
but Angela Bassett needs to get her award. I don't understand. And I have a feeling they're gonna give her an award for a subpar role. Like, okay, Whoopi Goldberg won the Oscar for Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. That wasn't even her best role.
What's her best role to you?
I mean, Color Purple, but of course that wasn't going to happen. But compared to Ghost, you don't give her an award for Ghost. But you know why she got that role? Because Patrick Swayze said, I want Whoopi Goldberg playing this role. He had to come pull her up because they didn't want her to play that role. Clara's Heart, all these movies she's done, they gave her an award for that.
Right.
It's almost like, you know what, we owe it to you. Here you go.
I mean,
and Angela Bassett has done. Only thing she did that I did not like was Vampire in Brooklyn.
but that was when she was having fun.
I don't care. It's still a piss poor movie.
I think. I mean,
It's still a piss poor
there's
movie.
plenty of piss poor movies. She's in the Green Lantern movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So I mean,
I'm just saying though.
it's
But she does nice little small things here and there. You know what I mean? So.
and you're right, Clinton. Denzel said, "Make them miss you."
Exactly.
Not get tired of you. But I think that's
exactly.
I think that's what he's gonna do. Because like I said, on his IG, he posted it today. It says, "Before I say peace for a while." So I'm like, okay, he's finna chill.
But I think, everything else has already been in the work. So now he's taking a break. War season's their break time.
Right.
Because they're not really working right now. Everything they've done is already
Right.
in the bucket. So he needs to take a break.
All this this little trifecta he did, he probably got right after Moonlight.
Yeah.
So you think about 2 years.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
And you want people to miss you. You don't want to oversaturate the industry with you.
I still say my favorite role from Marshall is still Cottonmouth. From Luke Cage. Oh,
very good role.
That was one of the best villains. And there was a villain. It was like a Killmonger kind of villain.
Mm-hmm.
You understood why he was
what he was.
So, but props to Black Panther.
And I don't know why people are so mad about. Let me tell you something.
No, here's the thing.
It didn't need to win Best Picture.
It didn't. If anything,
it won what it should have won.
Best costume.
Hands
down.
But you can't expect them to make that thing a Best Picture. All that.
Heck, it was.
On.
We just said, if Beale Street Could Talk would have been a better Best Picture, and probably could have won over Green Book. Because like I said, once they gave Roma the foreign picture, I knew it wasn't going to get it.
But aren't they supposed to submit? Like, you have to submit your movies for these awards.
You have to submit, but they put money behind it too. They push money, and Disney was pushing.
No one in the industry would want a movie about the subject matter that movie contained to win Best Picture.
I mean, here's the thing: if there was and I'm going just outside the whole, melanin process. If there was a comic book movie that was going to be nominated for Best Picture, that I would have said, okay, I can get behind it. It was Logan. Logan was a brilliantly done movie.
Yeah.
Where it didn't focus on the powers. It actually focused on the cost of these powers.
And the characters.
Yeah.
And their lives and how it's just.
So Logan could have made that push to me.
But they didn't.
It didn't. So yeah.
But the people need to get off of that whole Black Panther should have won Best Picture.
It won what it should have won.
It should have won what it should have won. Exactly.
Sound editing, costume, and production.
Absolutely. Anything else, you're pushing it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you asking for too much? You're pushing it.
So, and you know what? Props to Rami Malek, because honestly, there was no better Best Actor. In your opinion, there was. That ain't T. So.
It's just, once again, when you have a biopic, you're not gonna win.
Well, dang, yes, he was up against other biopics.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job, but they didn't win really for anything else.
It won a couple other things.
Yeah, but I mean,
sound.
Okay, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go against that soundtrack, but I mean, yeah, he deserved it. He did an awesome job. It was an awesome movie. I loved it.
Honestly, you don't see Rami Malek when you watch that movie. It feels like you're watching Freddie Mercury. Even the sister said that.
No, he really.
And compared to everyone else,
because I've seen interviews with him before he passed away. Growing up, and when I saw the movie, he had everything, and he really. That's what I love about movies. When you have a movie that really builds the character, and really, it pulls you in. And I think that's been missing a lot of times with movies lately. They don't build you enough. They have all this imagery. They have all this great
which I would talk about later
stuff,
on
but
in the show.
content is missing. In I have to say, the movies that were nominated for Best Picture, without one, and I want to include Bill Street. That should have been had some great content, but I would not have given it to Green Book. That's some bullshit.
No, it's like I didn't want Black Panther. I didn't want Green Street.
Right.
I mean Green Book.
Uh-huh.
I liked Roma. I didn't know about Vice.
Vice was good.
Vice was good, but I don't know if I would have won.
It wouldn't have won. No.
Who was the fifth one? Oh, Stars Born.
That should have gotten much more recognition than it did.
It is, but I mean, it's one of those ones that's actually that sort of trend has played out.
I don't think they're going to take because it's a remake, but there's remakes all over the place.
Well, that trend got played out because that's what Jeff Daniels. Is it Jeff Daniels? The Big Lebowski. Mm-hmm. You know, one of those Daniels.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he won his Oscar for.
Right.
Playing a country
singer.
But
I think Bradley Cooper should have gotten more recognition. I think there is some type of, I don't know what it is. I don't think they take him seriously, and they should. You know what I mean? I think they should, but he did a really good job.
He did.
He did a really good job, but I don't know.
And we're going to continue this conversation a little bit past Facebook, but unfortunately, people.
Unfortunately.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
So long, farewell.
Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. But subscribe. We got plenty of platforms. We got Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube. All this. Glorious. Or you can just go to the website itself, www.thesphere.tv.
Subscribe. We're awesome. You want to hear more of us? Listen to our current shows.
I would say go to the website because we're a visual show. We show a lot more. So I think it's better to watch than just.
And I think usually within a few hours of the show is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. If you all happen to be over on iTunes, review it. Let us know what you think. Or on YouTube, give us some critiques. I mean, I may not look at them, but give us some critiques. Yeah, someone's going to look at them. And all you Clinton, Nayoka, Andre, Monique.
Did you give her whole name? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, he gave the whole government name.
Yeah.
She wants you to do that?
Well, that's her actual name.
She probably didn't want you to do that.
Everyone who knows her knows her.
So we have.
Share these.
Yeah.
Share this.
Share. Please,
share.
please,
Yes.
please.
Even if you're watching this after we're not live, share it.
Share.
Let us know what you think.
And follow us on IG as well. We have an IG account for
yes.
Intermission.
And
follow me because I do more there than they do. Just keeping it real.
And we talked about the whole show, and we're going to talk about it right here now. Support. Give us money.
Yeah.
We need money.
www.thesphere.tv/donate.
You can get on Patreon for $2, $5, $8. And it gives you access to so much more. It's not just supporting us; you get a lot more
extra content, like maybe movie dates with the crew.
And we're actually going to do that. We didn't do that for 2018. Yeah, whatever that year was.
I'm hot. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all right. It's
catching up. Flashes.
It was a warm day today.
I'm having flashes.
But we're going to be doing more of that this year. If you're here in Houston, we're not traveling to your city. If you're not in Houston,
you can travel to us though.
Yeah. You really can.
Road trip.
Anyway. The one we've been talking about is the Houston Rooftop Symphony.
Yes, absolutely.
We're thinking about doing that,
Or if you want to be a guest on the show, hit us up and let us know.
We have guests coming. In fact, next week, I think, is a watcher of the show.
Yeah, it's going to come on.
Who's going to come on the show?
That's how I ended up here.
It was just a guest.
Me.
Sometimes we want what you all have to say about these
and
subjects.
Give us feedback. Feedback is always wanted. So we really appreciate all of you tuning in.
We don't want you to just sit on the show and just be like, yeah, that's great. No, we want to know.
Interact with us.
Yeah.
Please
disagree with me.
Please disagree with him because he on some bullshit sometimes.
And disagree with her. Tell her Soul Food is just a good movie, not a great movie. I didn't want to do it, but because of that comment, you made me do it. Soul Food.
He's an asshole.
That's going to do it for us on Facebook. We're going to keep the conversation going. Make sure you check us out when we drop.
Bye. So.
But, now, like I said.
Oscar fiascos.
Outside of If Bill Street Could Talk. Mm-hmm. Here, use mine since you got to read those. There was 2 snubs that not many people noticed, but I was extremely pissed about.
What are those?
Best documentary. Won't
Yes.
You Be My Neighbor?
I
was not-
know.
And then Three Identical Strangers.
I know.
Those were
what
two
was
of your-
up with that?
Those were two of your best documentaries of 2018.
I don't understand what
And
the deal was with
nothing.
that.
Nothing. Because honestly, that could have beat everything else
That
was
would
there.
have. You know, I think because Netflix putting out the content that it's putting out.
But the thing was, Three Identical Strangers was a CNN documentary.
That's true, but I'm talking about Won't You Be My Neighbor?
That wasn't Netflix.
That wasn't Netflix.
No, I went
Are
to
you
the
sure?
I went to the theater, saw that.
Yeah, but yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
I went to the
You're
theater
right.
and I was like,
I don't know why it wasn't nominated. Did it come out before the season?
It came out last
award
summer.
season?
came out last summer. I remember I went down to the movie theater and sat.
Because there's always a reason. I wonder if they didn't put it up for it.
I don't know, yeah. But like there's
The rewatchability
of both of those,
of both of those and the information
Especially-
that it gives you.
especially Three Identical Strangers. I mean, gosh, when you talk about like, I remember seeing them. Like when they go over and show the commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
You remember seeing them.
Yeah. It's interesting how they just
Sweep some stuff under the rug.
under the rug, but even though it didn't win, the backing just by fans of watching those
Right.
things is just sometimes that's all you need. I mean, yes, you want the awards for recognition, you want to
Yeah.
have that, but sometimes just that fan base.
And I think that's how certain people feel. I think like, people like, Martin Scorsese didn't win until The Departed.
Which is crazy.
I think he had the thing where he was just like, fuck, Leo just won what? Last year? Year before last?
Year before last. Yeah.
I mean, so sometimes you want that recognition, you want that award, but you got everybody behind you.
But you still want to have it. Even
You
like with
wanna have
Spike
it.
Lee, he's never won an Oscar.
Right.
But he was happy as all get out when he won.
Yeah.
Um
Because he got an honorary.
yeah, when
He has an
won that.
honorary one. But that was his one he actually won.
Cicely Tyson hasn't won anything. Hasn't won an Oscar. She got an honorary one, but she hasn't won anything.
I mean, but it's a lot. Heck, Brad Pitt ain't won.
And he should win.
Meet Joe Black was actually another good one. See, like I said,
It's a lot of people.
with Brad, that might be my March Patreon.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
But yeah, so
So
That's
moving
nice.
on from the Oscars,
now we're gonna talk first. Let's talk about a series that came out a couple of weeks ago,
Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy.
If you haven't watched the Umbrella Academy yet, something is wrong with you, and we can't be friends.
All right, let me say this.
I've disowned you, and I'm just saying.
Everyone knows I'm a movie guy, but to know me is to also know I'm a comic book guy. And this is actually a graphic series produced by the former lead singer of My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way.
And it's only a 3-book series. That's it.
Well, he's got more.
But for Umbrella Academy,
Yeah,
itself is just
it's serious then serious then serious because he's working on the next one now.
he's working. Okay, but as
Yeah.
of right now, though, it's only 3.
But to talk about it, it's basically one day in 1980 something.
89.
89.
One day in 1989,
40
47 women.
Who started the day not pregnant ended up giving birth by the end of the day.
What?
And
I'll be so vexed.
right.
Man, let me tell you something. If I woke up, find this fish grease, and I walk out giving birth to a kid, and I want to know what happened, somebody gonna get their ass whooped.
And
How do you explain that?
right.
Nobody gonna believe you.
And this eccentric billionaire goes around and tries to adopt as many as he can. He only adopts 7.
Well, technically only find 7, but they say adopt in the show, but he actually only able to find 7.
Yeah. So he brings them in. He sells. He's an eccentric billionaire from selling umbrellas, or the mechanism that makes the umbrella go up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's billionaire off his patent, and he forms the Umbrella Academy because all these kids have abilities.
Yes. Very noticeable, I guess, at first, except for one of them. He
Except
wasn't really
for one.
sure.
Yeah. Well, no.
Well, he knew. Well, I'm not going to tell you that.
Don't say that.
Okay.
That's telling.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, you haven't watched it yet. You're a buster.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing about this series, I say. Well, one, all the kids come together because he dies. But you
Well,
realize
before that, though, you know, he was very eccentric and different,
and he made them a superhero team, basically.
and
Six
they
of them.
had true daddy issues.
And you start to see that with this whole show.
Yeah, and so the
And,
death of him brings them all together because at this point in
They're
the
all
show,
separate.
they're all
Separated.
living separate lives, having their own daddy issue moments.
Or just family moments, period. Their own social moments at that, too.
Socially awkward.
Yeah, like
All of them.
except one,
Who you think is not socially awkward?
Allison.
Man,
Because she was now she had family issues.
let me tell you why.
She had family issues, but she wasn't.
Let me tell you why she's socially awkward. The ability that she had, you can't even guarantee who she had around her really wanted to be around her. She probably willed it that way.
True.
Oh, I didn't say. I'm just saying.
True. But now here's the issue a lot of people said they didn't like about it.
What?
They said the pace.
It was perfect pacing.
And I'm
Perfect
like,
pacing.
how do you have a problem
That's
with the
my
pace?
issue with people right now with entertainment. They want it like this,
Well,
this,
with action
this,
movies
this.
and stuff like that and sci-fi, like, I wanted this. I'm like, you got to realize, it was what, 10 episodes?
Yeah, it was 10.
You have to stretch this entire story out over 10 episodes. It's not going to have a fast pace. That's 10 hours, not the 2 to 3 hours that you normally get. In fact, Endgame is probably going to be the longest comic book movie we've ever had with 3 hours.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. It's gonna
That's
be
just
bad.
3 hours. You got to add 7 more hours to explain shit.
I think with comic book movies,
I think
you need a slower pace.
you need a faster pace with the movies.
You need a semi because, you know, when you're a comic book lover, you read these characters for a while, so you already know who they are. So with a lot of these comics, they start off middle. They don't start where you know, at the beginning. So
Right.
you need to have some type of development. They're doing that more now, I feel, with about a lot of people coming in different, you know.
Right.
But I think with Umbrella Academy, that's why I love that's on Netflix and it's an actual series. If it was a movie, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much.
No.
It developed everything and it all made sense. Every episode
Made
built,
sense.
and I was like, you know, that makes
And
sense.
it had a purpose. Every episode had a purpose that you needed to
Now,
understand.
comic heads who have read it, don't nitpick. Stop nitpicking.
No, here's the thing. Most comic book, and I've read it, most comic book people who've read this actual comic book understand that certain changes had to happen.
And they did make a few changes.
But
make a few changes.
it's changes that actually helped the story
Yeah.
move in the series.
Moving the way that it did.
Yeah, so it helps the series. So it's not that bad.
And what's it's cool about it, you have Ellen Page who's reprising a superhero role again.
Got a slight issue with her right now.
You have an issue with her right now?
Yeah.
Why do you have an issue with her right
We'll
now?
talk about that off screen.
Okay. But let me tell you about
And
the cat. So I absolutely love Klaus.
Klaus was a beast.
I love Klaus.
Klaus was the man. And number 5 was...
Number 5, I think he's an old soul. 'Cause he's
technically
the
he
only
is.
one who's 13 in the storyline.
Well, no, he's only 13 in
Body-wise. But
Technically, he's the oldest.
he's the most jacked up of them all.
Right.
But
Remember, he's a
Klaus-
57-year-old man
Yeah.
in
yeah.
a 13-year-old body.
But Klaus, I love Klaus.
And
I
I was
love
glad to see Tom Hopper play another character again.
Yeah.
You know who Tom Hopper is. He was what's his name on there? Luther. Number 1. Because in fact, in the story, the dad doesn't even give them names. They only have numbers
But they're given names by their mom.
by their mom.
And you'll figure out once you watch it, you'll know who mom is.
Right. And Luther's number 1. That's Tom Hopper. If you're wondering where
But
you
5 doesn't have a name.
no, because he left too soon.
Mm-hmm. So that means she gave them names
After.
at like 13, like that at that old age. Think about it.
Yeah. But if you're wondering where you're seeing Tom Hopper for, that is from Black Sails.
Mm-hmm.
He was on Black Sails. He was Billy.
Billy.
No, he was Billy's aide. But I mean, you have something to say real quick before
I
continue?
do. Before we go any further and delve deeper into the movie stuff, this portion of the show is sponsored by Lady Irene Natural Hair Care. Have a kinky, curly style in mind? Lady RE Natural Hair Care has been a prime destination for catering to naturally kinky hair in Houston, Texas, and beyond for over 5 years. Clients come from all over the world to receive the ultimate experience in their natural hair care needs. Lady RE Natural Hair Care has been featured on media outlets including Young Black Professional Magazine, GMT Internet Radio, The Sphere, and more. Your unique vision can be brought to life complete with helpful tips for maintaining your hair. You'll walk into the salon with warmest of greetings, complimentary refreshments, and a knowledgeable stylists that promote total beauty from inside out. Our goal is unveil your kinks, one curl at a time. Give the expert a call today at 832-265-3792 or book online at www.ladyre.com.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
All I'm gonna say is watch it. It's well
It's
paced.
so good.
And honestly, I'm a comic book guy. People know this. If you don't know this now, you know this. You can go. I've talked about this before.
You've exhausted it. I'm just saying.
But
I'm exhausted with the information. He's a comic book guy. He's a comic book guy.
yeah,
He's a
coming
comic
good.
book
Yeah,
comic-
I
know.
caught it too. But what I love about this is we're getting some of the comic book companies outside of Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a Dark Horse comic,
Yeah.
and Dark Horse was known for their story. They didn't have necessarily the best artists, but they had
Yeah.
some great stories.
And it's good to have highlight other comic book
right.
companies besides DC and
and
Marvel.
Marvel, 'cause
There's some good comics out there that's not.
The next three is Image, Dark Horse, and Valiant.
It's going to be good.
And you get Image with The Walking Dead. And that's the show on Cinemax.
Which has gotten better. Walking Dead
it's-
has had some character changes. Some people have left. If you
Well,
haven't
see,
watched it, you're crazy.
Here's the problem with The Walking Dead. The comic book is still going, so they don't know the end.
Comic book and actual novels.
Right. So I think the problem is when you don't know your end game, you
don't, yeah.
tend to get lost.
Yeah.
But
But I think from what I've
Outcast.
heard, okay.
The show on Cinemax, Outcast, it's Robert Kirkman from Image,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually make the comic book in conjunction with the show at the same time. It is really good. It is really good. It's a horror comic.
I love a good horror comic.
It's a horror
I love good
comic,
horor.
but it's really good.
But the good thing about Umbrella Academy, it will have a season 2, so you need to watch it now. And Netflix, I'm just, y'all talked about it last week on the show. Netflix, they're doing their thing.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the March.
I mean, at one point people were kind of, they're doing their thing.
I'm looking forward to the March lineup. This might be one of their
March
best.
lineup. Listen.
Triple Threat
Listen.
with Ben. Listen to the cast of Triple Threat.
Okay.
Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaacs,
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Hudlin, Pedro Pascal,
Nice.
and
I like him.
who's my guy from Sons of Anarchy? Forget Charlie Hunnam.
Oh, God, he's yummy.
They're all 5 ex-soldiers.
That's gonna be a
going
good
to
one.
rob a drug lord.
That's going to be good. And you know why that's going to be semi-relatable? Because as we all know, these men have put their lives on the line,
And they don't always.
they don't get recognition.
Right.
They are broke. Yeah, handshake metal here, but they're struggling.
I've known 2 actual Navy SEALs in my life, and he says one of the hardest part is we do so much that we can't tell y'all about.
And that's a struggle. So I think it's gonna be really great to see this.
Yeah.
But what I'm excited about also, can we talk about it? Let's talk about it. Okay, so
Well, that's gonna be the trailer. That's for last.
That's for last? We saved it for last? Okay.
Trailers for last. Let's go ahead and knock out these next 2 things.
there's 2 things. Okay.
I'll knock them out because I don't think you saw either one of them.
No, I haven't finished. True Detective, and I haven't seen the movie.
Let me tell you, we all know that season 2 of True Detective was complete hot garbage. Like a baby orangutan's diaper filled with shit on fire.
That's aggressive. That's
season 2.
That's aggressive.
That's season 2.
That's
That's
aggressive.
how bad it was.
That's aggressive.
Season 3 was redeeming. And the cool thing about it has references to season 1.
And if you don't know, Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey are executive producers on the show now.
Yeah.
So they have full
Control.
say and
Yeah.
control. I
And
think season 2, they didn't know what they wanted to do.
They
But
did.
season 1 was so powerful and so good. It's almost like, how do you follow that?
Season 3. Because
Yeah.
easily, like, there's a new aspect in it it's just something we see every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of us know someone that has Alzheimer's or dementia. We've had it in our family, or you've seen someone go through it. And to see this play on the show, and again, Mahershala Ali kills it. He acts it. He does it.
But let's not even take away from Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, in the first season, yeah. But I'm talking about season 3 because they're not in season.
No,
3.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But the surprise actor of season 3, Stephen Dorff.
Oh, don't tell me. Okay, you told me.
Stephen Dorff, who most people only really knows as the villain from the first Blade movie.
Yeah.
Gosh.
He's a really good actor.
What he does in the second half of the season, because I talked about the first half, which was sort of slow until the 4th episode.
He's a really good actor.
The 4th episode, all the way to the end, crescendos. It steady goes up. And the height of the crescendo is the last 10 minutes.
So basically, you have a lot of stuff you can watch. There's some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The last 10 minutes of it, and it's only 8 episodes.
Nice and short.
It's one of the good things HBO got going. I'm wondering where they're going to go for season 4.
That's a good question.
Because it's an anthology series, so the cast will always change.
And that's a new thing that
I think I give American Horror Story the
props for
props
that. Yeah.
for bringing that more
And
into the light.
people weren't really feeling it at first. They were like, really? But it makes sense.
It makes sense, especially when everything ties into other seasons.
Yeah. If you don't see the first, you see the second, third, or fourth, and you still understand what's going on, go back and watch the first. You haven't missed anything.
Right.
It's a good look. It's a good look.
And now the other thing I want to talk about, and I'll keep this one quick because it ain't gonna be quick. I can tell you right now, just watch season 3 of True Detective. Mahershala. You know what it reminds? What him acting?
What?
I remember the first time I saw him, and that was in the 4400 on USA.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I remember his character more than the main character.
He's a powerful actor, though. He draws you in, and you take notice to him.
When you watch this season, True Detective,
Mm-hmm.
you get that same.
You
feeling.
take notice of him.
And even Stephen Dorff says, being around him, you knew you had to be your best actor. Yeah, and it takes place, 3 times time zones, which is 1980, 1990, and 2016. And in 2016, he basically has Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
But you see glimpses of it in 1990. You have to pay attention. You see glimpses of it.
It's a good rewatch too.
And it makes sense because there's a theme that it's something about his character I can't really reveal, that the Alzheimer's actually is almost karma for him.
Ooh, that's a nice. I like what you did there.
Yeah,
I like what you did there.
It's almost karma for him, and he talks about it. And if you're paying attention, you'd be like, okay.
I like what you did there.
But
so
what else did I watch?
So you watched. I haven't seen it. I was going to see it last night, but it was a monsoon outside, and I didn't want to swim because I can't. So you saw Alita: Battle Angel.
Yes, I did.
I've read reviews. I've seen a few people post their reviews. You tell us what do you think of it?
Visually great. Great looking movie.
It's not good when you start with visually great.
It's sort of like when I watch Dinner, Styles and Drives with Guy Fieri. When he talks about like everything but the food.
Yeah, you already know he wasn't loving it.
Yeah. Right. Visually great. Really was.
I've heard it was very visually appealing. They put all their money into visuals, man.
The best thing I can say about this, well, no, it's not the best thing, but my summation of it, it lacks substance. There's no character development. There's no plot development. It's just like, here.
Did it feel rushed, disjointed?
I don't know if it was rushed and disjointed is the word. It's a flow. But it's just...
You wouldn't watch it again?
Not really. I tell anyone, like, give me the number 1 hit from Drake's 3rd album. Most people can't tell you that off the top of their head. Why? Because it's not memorable.
Yeah. I've heard that, of course, visually it was great.
Yeah.
The battle scenes were just awesome.
They're okay.
Because, compared to like an overall thing, when you remember it, the romance wasn't needed or just wasn't developed, whatever it was.
It wasn't.
So I heard it was lacking quite a bit.
And to me, when I saw the credits and I saw who wrote the screenplay and executive producer, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Because it's James Cameron.
Yeah.
And it's Robert Rodriguez who does the movie. But Robert Rodriguez, great director, but he needs a great executive producer and he needs a great script. Otherwise, his stuff is
Yeah.
I mean, he makes more money for Spy Kids than anything.
That's true.
Like that's what he
That's
does.
true.
Like, besides Sin City, which went completely
Left.
Yeah, and it's great. Most people forget Desperado. Desperado was still great.
But still, he's known for Spy Kids.
Spy Kids now.
You hear his name, Spy Kids?
Right.
That's what you hear.
Right.
Yeah.
So
basically, don't go to it on a Tuesday if you really want to go watch in the theater.
yeah, don't do
just
3D.
wait.
Don't do 3D. You're gonna be mad you paid that much. Wow, visually it looks great, probably in 3D. Story wise, you're gonna be mad.
I'm disappointed.
I mean,
March, we have some good stuff coming out in March, though.
I was disappointed. I started folding laundry.
Damn.
Like that's just. Let me be honest.
That's boredom.
And I
ain't ever had to fold laundry on a movie.
And thing was, it's so predictable. Like it's that predictable. So, because it's James Cameron. Like it is. It's no development.
Yeah.
It's no development. Certain things you notice in the visuals, you're like, really? There's certain things you notice. I'm not going to get too much, because if you watch it, you'll see for yourself. But I think James Cameron and I'm going to go ahead and throw Spielberg onto this bus, haven't progressed with culture. Most of their movies are still under 1980s and 1990s formula.
I think movies back then, though, were better, though.
I can't say that because there are certain things we saw. And we'll talk about that on the Patreon where we start talking about Ready Player One. But because you're anxious for this trailer,
I am.
let's talk about this
Stop
trailer,
it.
people.
Okay, so listen. You listen to me. Listen close. So 2016 December, this awesome show came out on Netflix called The OA, and it's a sci-fi, quirky movie. It's semi-slow pace, but it takes off, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?" Finally, after 2 years, we have part 2 coming. So OA is coming back March 22nd. Of this year.
Right.
And
this is Britt Marlin's, she's executive producer and created this.
Yes. So this is, and if you haven't seen the first one, please go on Netflix before they take off their stuff. Well, they won't, because part 2 is coming out.
They're not going to take off
binge
their
it.
originals.
No, and binge watch OA.
Yeah.
There's quite a few shows I think you should binge watch. Like OA is one of them. Sense8's another one you should watch. It's really great. It's a real.
If you're a sci-fi person, this
is what you'll like.
Sci-fi,
not sci-fi shoot 'em up, alien monster.
These
kind
are
of thing.
sci-fi story-driven series.
It's kind of fantasy. It's kind of sci-fi. Fantasy.
Well, that's why I say story-driven. I won't call it fantasy. I'll say they're story-driven. They're not action-driven like a lot of sci-fi is now.
But it's so good to see.
It's character development.
It's true character development.
Plot development. It's stuff like that.
So sit down, pop some popcorn, and just
get on
binge.
DoorDash. Get on DoorDash or
and just watch
order a pizza, empanadas.
So when it comes out, you'll understand what's happening.
Sushi.
It's a really good one.
Fajitas. I love DoorDash. That's one of my favorites.
I don't dash the door, so.
But you're not able to really get it out there, are you?
I can, but not in the abundance of choices.
Yeah. See, I stay literally 5 minutes from here.
And I say an hour.
And when I DoorDash,
yeah, I can't dash the door. Okay. Yeah. So OA is starting March 22nd on Netflix, part 2. But you must because this is a series that you cannot watch part 2
without watching part 1.
That's a true. You have to watch part 1 to understand what they're saying. Even this trailer alone, I'm gonna have to watch it again because I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening. So you need to really watch part 1. I'm telling you right now, the first 2 episodes, it's kind of slow. If you like a lot of fast pace, it's not going to give you that. But the way it develops is needed. And you're like, what the hell just happened?
Right.
You're literally going to be like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
And then you're sitting like me waiting all these years for it to come back, mad at the world.
Well, I guess they just wasn't quite sure. And that's the thing you always have to wonder with Netflix. Like, did it get enough views in order to get a second season?
This is the thing, though. I think
And
you already had Bright in development. So Sense8 was already out. You already had OA. And then the actual big motion picture of Bright. Then you know what you can put back out. Because, you know, the thing with Netflix, you can find anything on there. It can get hidden and never seen again until later on. And you're not really you're not getting your views until later, you know, much, much later. But I think right now, I love the way Netflix is able to tell you, if you like this, you'll like this. That's how I found OA. If you like this, you'll like this. So when I watched Sense8, then I found OA. And that's what I like about that.
Yeah.
So watch it, binge it.
I say watch it. Like,
So your homework assignment
honestly
is OA.
OA season 1.
Yes.
And I would say just get ready for a dope March from Netflix. I think Hulu got some stuff coming down the pipe as
They
well.
do. They do.
The only thing is, Hulu is week by week. You know, they don't drop everything like Netflix does.
Right. So you may want to wait. I usually wait like 3 weeks in and then watch.
Like,
So then, I just watch that and then.
what's it, Hulu? Well, no, Hulu had Castle Rock. That was my Hulu show. My Amazon Prime show was Jack Ryan.
And there's a new show coming on Prime right now called Widow with Kate Beckinsale that's coming out. I want to say next week. And if you're a Prime member, you should have checked your email because they sent you probably an email giving you a early screening for this Thursday, the 28th. They're doing an early screening in Houston at the AMC Dunvale. So that's the awesome thing about being Prime. You get those early screening notifications. So it may be a good show. I like Kate Beckinsale. You know, she's a decent actress. I like her.
I think I saw trailers for that, and I was just like, okay, it looks like Atomic Blonde, but she's not blonde. I mean, that's what it really looked like to me.
Ridiculous.
And Atomic Blonde just said, you know, how they market Atomic Blonde? The female John Wick.
It was just, Russian spy back in the 80s. I mean,
Which was basically Salt. I mean, like
I don't know why they haven't made a Salt Part 2. Is this Angelina not want to do it?
Maybe it's so.
'Cause I liked Salt.
Has she ever? The only sequel I think she's ever done was Kung Fu Panda.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Okay, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for us here.
That's all we got.
We got some things to get ready for our exclusives. And I told y'all like throughout the whole entire show.
But before we go,
Soul food.
it's all about that money. So this portion of the show is brought to you by the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million Americans didn't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of those statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you in increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. Get your money up.
And then give us some
And
of
then
it.
give us some of that money. Oh, money. Sorry. Yeah. But that's all we have for you today. That's all we have for you today. Hey, I'm not a singer. I know this, man. That's all we have for you today. But
That's good cider.
check out OA season 1 and then watch season 2. Sense8, because if you like OA, you'll like Sense8. It gives you the action that you're looking for.
True Detective seasons 1 and 3.
Yes.
Fuck 2. Don't watch 2.
Yeah, and the good thing is you don't have to see 2 to enjoy season 1 and 3. You know what I mean?
And while they make 3 makes references to 1, you don't necessarily need one
You don't
or the
really
other.
need it.
They're
You don't
all
really need
separate on their own.
But if you're compulsive and you have to see them all, then go ahead and watch it. It's not a bad thing.
It's not.
Alita, Battle Angel.
Fire.
Oscar talk. Let's celebrate the winners. Let's celebrate Regina King. Let's celebrate Spike Lee. Let's celebrate
Black Panther.
Black Panther for the visual. Celebrate. Also, let's not forget that
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes. Not Viola Davis.
Spider-Man.
What's her name? Octavia Spencer also won an Oscar for Green Book as well.
Yeah.
People forget that she executive produced on that.
Yeah.
So she also won an Oscar. So it was a nice Oscars full of color. And let's acknowledge that. Let's not harp on
Green Book
and that shit. Let's acknowledge that Regina King got her due. Spike Lee got his due.
So you know it's going to happen
second
next year.
Oscar for Octavia Spencer.
So you know it's going to happen next year. We ain't winning shit.
But I said it to you earlier, late last year. I said
we ain't winning shit.
But honestly,
we'll win one or two, and that's it.
But what I like, and we'll leave with this, I like the fact that overall there's better content out there besides some bullshit having us in a negative light that's out there for people to watch.
True.
I like it. And right now you have Jordan Peele killing it. He's gonna probably get nominated again for Us. He has Twilight Zone coming out. He's working on Candyman 2. I'm just saying though, he's making opportunities.
See who they cast?
Yeah, I see who they cast.
Yeah.
See, remember talking about Marshall Ali? I said no, don't exhaust it. You see that great? I like that. I was kind of like
I like Mario because he has the voice.
But you want to let people miss you. Don't exhaust it.
Right.
What I'm saying though is there's great content coming out. There's great work, and we're working in every area in design, production. We're executive producing. We're making our own. We're writing our own checks right now.
That's what.
And unless you don't like Kevin Hart, he's writing a check. He's Tyler Perry finally putting down Medea. Thank the Lord. But we have good stuff happening for people of color right now in movies and TV. So we don't have to worry about the bullshit and the whole agenda.
Right.
That's all I got. That's my soapbox. I'm off.
We're out.
Boom.